So just to make my point, piggybacking off of your point, there are a lot of retired United States citizens at present who are only collecting about $1,300 a month in Social Security benefits, right? Amidst the worst economic inflation in the United States of America, this is what we give our elderly to live off of. So anytime I'm talking about our government, social, political, economic issues, I try to use information that we all have access to, and I keep it pretty simple, right? So I just went ahead and I Googled what is the average payout of Social Security per retired citizen in the United States. At present, it's $1,827. That's the average retired income. Then I Googled what is the average cost of rent in America, which came out to $1,372. I also went ahead and Googled what is the average mortgage in the United States of America, which is currently at $2,883. So if you own a home and you retire, guess what? You don't anymore. If you decide to transition into renting, you're left with $455 a month to pay for everything. Now, the average cost of food, which I also Googled, in America per adult is between $290 and $560, which means if you buy the cheap shit, which usually tends to be riddled with carcinogens, yellow 5, red dye, pesticides, antibiotics, and hormones, you can stick around $200, $300 a month, which gives you essentially $155 a month. $155 a month to live off of. Are you appalled yet? If not, don't worry, buckle up. This is where it gets really fun, right? When they initiated the Social Security program back in the 30s or the 40s, they promised it would never go over 6%. At present, Americans are paying 12% in payroll deductions to Social Security. So if you're like me, where you started working at age 14 and hope to retire at age 67, despite their best efforts to push the retirement age back to 71, even though life expectancy in America is decreasing on the account of the poor food and health care they're given to us. But if by some grace of God, I'm able to retire at 67, that is 53 working years of my life with 12% in payroll deductions. If I average $103,000 a year, which is what I'm at presently, right? Start off at minimum wage, work my way up. 12% of 53 working years at $103,000 per year breaks down to $635,000 in straight savings. If I just stuck that under my mattress, didn't borrow against it, didn't put it in a high interest bearing account, didn't play with it in the market, just straight saved my money, $635,000 in savings at the end of 53 working years. Now, if I retire at age 67 and I die at, age 80, right? $635,000 spanned over 13 years breaks down to a monthly stipend of $4,076.93. My government is talking about giving me $1,872 fucking dollars. What are you doing with my fucking, you know what? We don't need them to answer that. We already know what they're doing with our money. They're sending it to fucking Israel. But wait, guys, there's more. This isn't an infomercial, however. This is actual real life. So let me just bring this all full circle for you guys real quick. Had I saved my own money, I'd be working with a stipend of $4,076 a month, and my government's talking about giving me $1,872, less than half of what I've put in. So you get to keep half of every American Social Security benefits to do whatever it is you please with. And what do you please to do? $26 billion was just sent to Israel. $26 billion was just sent to Israel, right? So while American citizens who have spent 53 years of their life working and contributing to the Social Security Fund are rotting in poverty while getting subpar health care and shitty nutritional options, we're sending $26 fucking billion to Israel so we can witness the horror of a documented genocide all over the internet. And that's not it. There's more. If you speak out against it, it's unconstitutional and anti-Semitic. They're trying to write into our Constitution that it is unconstitutional and anti-Semitic to call a genocide a fucking genocide. If you're struggling to summarize what this means for you as American, don't worry, Bella's got you. You're going to spend roughly 53 years of your life, best case scenario, working your ass off. And I mean working your ass off because as Americans, we get the least amount of paid time off compared to any country in the world. Literally, everywhere in the world gets more paid time off than Americans do. So we're busting our ass to contribute 12% of our income to a retirement benefit that best case scenario, we will only see 50% of what we invested return to us. And that's what we have to live off of. And it's not enough to live off of. It'll pay your rent to a corporate hedge fund. It'll buy you poisonous food that'll kill you faster than it nourishes you. But that is your existence. That is your existence in America. And why do they do this? So that we can send Israel $26 billion to commit a genocide. And then they further the insult by writing into our Constitution, it's unconstitutional and anti-Semitic to call a genocide a genocide. Right now, Israel is more protected in way of free speech in America than Americans are in America. So yeah, just to bring it all full circle, you're going to work hard your entire life up until the day you retire, where you're going to shrivel up and die in poverty because our government wants to use your Social Security benefits to fund a fucking genocide. And if you speak against it, well, you're unconstitutional.